Lovely. So, between your legs, and we're just going to roll the arms backwards. Just thinking about posture, tummy's in, tailbones under, and getting those shoulders to come back. Lovely. A little bit of pressure on the ball helps the core engage. Now we're going to take that into an arm circle. So reaching round, you can watch your hands, get you to move your head and neck. Lovely. One more this side. And then we're going to change to the other side. Lovely big circles. Good. Reaching all the way round. Nice. Okay, so we're going to take the ball from between our legs. We're going to do a nice reach forward, rounding the back and the arms, and then opening. And all you're doing is just passing the ball from one hand to the other. But it's about back mobility, stretching out those shoulders, really moving. Lovely go, that looks great. Now, nice big moves. Opening up at the top is what we need. Stretching the chest. Good. Last one. Next move is just passing the ball over your head. So it's like a little side bend. That's it. So we're stretching our side. Good. Tall in the middle. So come tall and pass. Tall and pass. Lovely. This time we're going to take the hand across, turn in the body, lift the heel, and then open. Across and open. So just reaching, open. So the legs start to just become loose, lifting that back heel. Lovely. One more. Good. Okay. So we're going to go into a squat move, starting to use the whole body now. Nice wide feet. The feet can point out as well at an angle. And we're going to pass the ball from here, up here, change hands, and down. Just changing. That's it. Lovely. So sitting back, make sure the weight's over your heels. Chest is up. That's going to use your tummy, use your core. Good. Reach it lovely and high. Good. Couple more. Last one. Lovely. Good. Okay. We're going to just pass the ball under the knee. Just getting a little bit of a knee lift. That's it. So we're starting to touch the tummy. As you lift the knee. Stay nice and firm. Passing it under. Raising the heart rate. Getting us ready. One more. Good. So we're going to put some pressure on the ball. Okay. What I want you to do is keep your hips facing towards me. We're going to push onto the ball and then we're going to turn sideways. So trying to keep those hips facing forward. Squeeze the ball. A little bit of pressure helps work out the arms as well, so we're feeling that on the arms. And the hips stay towards me. Now if you can keep your face in the middle of the ball all the way, that's brilliant. One more each side. Those hips are staying still, you'll feel this in the core. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to pop the ball to one side for a minute. Make sure it's not going to roll around. Don't want any rolling balls anywhere. Okay, so we're going to go into quite a wide, because we're going to go into some lunges, okay? First of all, I want you to touch your toes, legs straight. I'm just going to go up and down, and starting to work the back. Stretching those hamstrings, back of our legs. Go up and down, just touching those toes. Lovely. Two more. Okay. Now, we're going to bend the knee. So as we go down, we're going to bend this knee and go down a little bit lower. So we're going from side to side now. So we don't come up in between. You're just staying down, going side to side. Nice. Good. Couple more. Nice and low. Okay, so if you want to just watch this one, see as you might have done it. You reach down in that bent leg, lunge position, put the hand on the floor and the other hand looks up and back to the ceiling. It's a nice torso body twist. Okay, see if we can. That's it, well done, Derry. Yeah, that's it, good. Okay, coming back up. And then we're going to go down the other side. So hand goes down just in front of the foot, knee bend, then twist. Get a lovely twist in. Using the back, using the core. Coming up. Brilliant. So coming up in between, let the blood go back out of the head. Stand again for a second time. Knee bent, hand on the floor, looking up and back. Just reach as far as you can. Lovely. And then come back up. We're going to do one more. Only one more. Here we go. Hand down, pushing into the floor, twisting and looking back, reaching up. Quite an intense twist, that one. So well done for that. Really good. If we stiff a lot of computers, we really need to get that movement going. Okay. So I'll show you this one sideways. Feet in the same position. We're just going to bend and straighten. We're just stretching the back of our legs. Okay, just bend and straighten. That's it. Lifting the bottom, lowering the bottom. Lovely stretch. Good. Okay, and then slowly rolling up. We're just going to do some nice little hip circles because we just had our legs open in that position for a while. So let them relax again. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do our roll down. So, show you sideways. So chin tucks into chest, shoulders roll forward, and slowly your hands just roll down the legs, rolling down, pulling the tummy in as you go. Then just hang the head, hang your arms, and just have a nice stretch, stretching that lower back. And then we're going to squeeze the bottom, pull in the tummy, and roll ourselves back up, one vertebra at a time. And then we're going to finish with a nice little reach. And then we're going to go down again. So, chin to chest, shoulders forward, rolling down. Slowly bending. See if you can go a little bit further this time. Hang the head and the arms. You might want to pedal the feet, which is just lifting the heels. It just gives you a little bit of a stretch on the back of those legs. And then we're going to roll up all the way, slowly pulling the tummy in, squeezing the bottom, finishing at the top. And this time I want you to put your hands just above your knees, okay? So I sort of like this position. And we want to round our back, really round our back, right down. I've got a really tight lower back at the moment. So right down to the lower back, right up to the shoulders, round, 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 pull the tummy in. And then you're going to do the opposite. You're going to stick the bottom out and go nice and flat. That's it, good. Okay, then we're going to come up again. Great one to do in front of the mirror to see how much flexibility you've got in your back. And then down again. So really arching, sticking the bottom out, lifting the chest. And one more time, rounding the back. So this is the cat-cow, but we're just doing it standing. Most of the time we do it on all fours. Dipping the tummy, arching the back. And then this time we're going to roll all the way up. And we're going to finish our warm-up. That was just a warm-up. With our skiing. So it's just relaxing into little dip knees. So it's just relaxing. And let the arms swing. Control the body at the top. Pulling the tummy in. So here, control and swing. Good. Skiers. Oh, nice one. Last one. Here we go. And coming back up. Woo. Fabulous. That's a warm up. Take on some water. So we're going to do a cardio section. Always low impact. The only most impact is going to be that spotted dog. You know, all the people who like that spotted dog aren't with us today. So we're going to do the spotted dog. If you don't like doing it, step back. That's it. That is exactly the same thing. Okay, so you can do that if you want to choose to, instead of jumping. Okay, there's another one that we're going to do is a little jump, but it really is just to jump onto one leg, jump onto the other. And that is going to just do the balance. So you can do it narrow, one leg to the other, or you can make it wide and challenge yourself. So it's completely up to you. So you can always do different levels, okay? But we're going to go classic aerobics. Grapevine. Can we do grapevine? We've all got a little bit of room. Grapevine, yeah. So as long as you've got a bit of room. Then we're going to come forward. So you're going to have to come forward and see me. I'm going to come in a bit close. And we're going to be doing walking backwards, walking forwards, walking backwards. Okay. Classic box step. Nothing you don't already know. I'm sure you can go low if you want to. Low if you want to. We're going to do a few little squats with our arms out, reaching across. Nothing you're not going to know what to do. So I'm just going to introduce them slowly and build the session up, okay? So excuse me if I get huffy and puffy. I've got a bit of a bunged up nose. So let's see if we can get through this. Take a rest if you ever need to. Take on water if you need to. But hopefully you'll like it. Okay, so bit of a classic little shoulder shrug. That's it. Good. Nice bit of music. Your shoulders. So we're going to build up first of all with our grapevine. Here we go. So, grapevine. Just a little tap. Tap with the foot. You got room? Hopefully. So you keep it as small if you need to, depending on the size of your room. Okay, that's classic. Good. Not going to get you slapping. You can dip the shoulder. Dip. Dip. Good. So we go forward. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2. If you want to come low at the front and high at the back, we're going to lift the knee. Lift the knee. Here we go. Woo. And back. Hopefully you're finding some space. Should we go back to the grapevine? Lift these arms. Little tap. You got it. Oh, those are the days. Are you ready? We're going to go forward and back. Here we go. Forward and up. Up and move. Lift that knee. Good. Couple more. Last one. Okay. You know this one. Pick yourself on the bottom. Get those elbows sliding back. And back. That's it. Good. That heart rate getting going. Here we go. We're going to go squat. So, squeezing the bottom as we come up. Keeping the chest nice and tall. Looking good. 2 more. Are you ready? Grapevine. Here we go. This time, can we just do this? This? Yes, it. You remember. Repeat this. You want to bring the arms in? You can. 2 more. Then we're going forward and back. Here we go. To be doing this on the same leg every time. Change if you can. Last one. What we doing? Let go. Get those windows open. Okay, we're going down into that squat. There we go. That squat. Nice and deep. Nice wide leg. Good. Box step this time. Box step. You remember, or B step, some people call it. That's it. So low squat. Low at the front. That's how you can make it a little bit harder. Good. Well done, Deb. Like it. Down. 2 more. Up on. Reach across. So reach. Little breather this time. Okay. Cool. Next one is going to be a lunge forward, lunge to the side. So it's lunge, lunge. Other leg, other leg. So I'm just going to do this with my arms nice and strong. Strong arms. Forward one. Side. Here we go. We're going to stay here. Okay. Forward. Side. Side. Let's keep going. 2 more. Last one. Okay, march it out. Woo, how are we doing? You all right? Still with me? Good. Okay, have you done this one? So you do knees up and arms over. Takes a little bit of thinking. Oh, that's it. Good. Woo. Nice high knees. Here we go. Next one is squat punches. Here we go. So, little twist to the body. So we're using that core. Back to the arms. Hey, good. Stay in here. That's good. Nice and high knees. A few more. Then squat punches. 1, 2. Here we go. Oh. Really punch. So sitting down, sitting back on the heels, and the shoulders turn. Are we ready? Remember that little jump. You make it as big as you want. But it's all about balance. Balance. And can you remember how we started? And forward, left to side. Left. Side. Woo. Good. We're nearly there, ladies. Forward. Side. Forward. Side. Okay, nice strong arm. Last one each side. That's right. Arms over. And we're finishing after squat punches with a spotty dog. Squat punches, here we go. I've had a bad week. Punch it out. Are you ready? Little jump. So, jump. Couple more. So final, spotty dog. Step back if you want to. If not, we're there. Woo. Okay, well done. Okay. So march it out. He was talking to me. March it out, well done. March it wide. Remember how we went to the beginning? Do you remember? So we're going to do a few grapevines again. Are you ready? Grapevine. Your knees. Classic. Are you ready? Forward and back. Here we go. Other leg. Yes, I've got the other leg. 2. Keep going. High and back. Back curl. Here we go. Back curl. Aha. Oh, that's it. We're not doing another piece of music. Well done, guys. Okay, hopefully you're still with me. We're not too hot. Well done. Well done. Okay. That's a little bit of low impact cardio, okay? The reason why we're sort of, we've always done bands, okay, because it's easy and cheap and most people have got a resistance band somewhere around. But they can be a little bit, they might not be as strong as you need them to be. So I wanted people to use their weights if that was better for them, okay? So I'll show you what we're going to do with the bands, okay? And then I might pick up the weights as well in between, but they're very similar. So if you've got a weight, you'll just have the weight in the hand doing exactly what we're doing. I've got a very long band here because I can cut these to the length that I want. So you may not have as long a band as I've got. Standing on one end of the band, knuckles pointing up to the ceiling. Okay, and if you have a weight, you would do the same. You'd have the knuckles up to the ceiling. And we're going to control the body, okay? So just make sure we got these. I tend to stand, no, I don't stand like that quite. I tend to stand very forward. So I have to tuck my pelvis, and I'm a little bit rounded on the shoulders. So I have to sort of bring my shoulders back. And then that's a good solid position. I'm in nice alignment, okay? So if you know you've got a little bit of a posture or a little bit of a back problem, make sure you engage the core, stand nice and tall, okay? So the whole body is lifting the weight. It's not all just about your arm, the whole body is, okay? So we're gonna have knuckles up to the ceiling, and we're just, a bit tight, we're just gonna lift to a right angle. Now what I really want you to try and do, if you can still see yourself on the screen, just make sure you don't lift that arm. So it's not this, can you see I've lifted? It's very much just the arm, okay? So we'll just do a couple more there. Claire, you okay? You're all right. I'll let you ad-lib. Good. Okay, so that's called a lateral raise to the side. So we're going to do the other leg. So stand on the other side, knuckles pointing up to the ceiling. Make sure that this part, the tummy's tucked under, the glutes are tucked under, tummy's tucked in, and then we just lift to the other side, keeping that shoulder down. So this is our recovery, so take some nice deep breaths while we're doing this. If you try and, this is your powerhouse here, so if you try and be strong in your body, then you'll find you can be stronger in your arms, because it all works together as a team. And again, just keeping that shoulder down. Lovely. We're going to go back to the other side, so constantly resting one arm at a time, okay? And then we're going to bring the arm up in front. Doesn't need to come any further higher than my level with my shoulder, okay? So it doesn't need to go up there, just there. The band needs to be the right tension. And if you've got your weights there, Claire, exactly the same. Knuckles up, bringing the arm up. And you can feel that if you resist against it with the whole body, you can feel the whole body working. Good. Nice, let's change side. So these are frontal raises. So obviously they're coming to the front, so they're frontal raise. So we're lifting to the front. Again, good posture. Try not to get any movement in the body. You can see people sort of throwing it up like this, especially when you've got dumbbells, you tend to, but try and stay very still, as you all are. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to go back to that first side again. You probably want to stand right on the end of your band, because what we're going to do, if you can have it so that it's sort of behind you, can you see how I've done that? So it comes out the back of your hand, and we're going to raise the arm. Hopefully your bands are long enough to take it up above your head. And again, the body stays nice and still, as we do with the floor exercises, where we try and keep the body nice and still, and only the leg or the arm moves. Fabulous, looking good. So these are a simple little workout you can do. They don't take long. You can just add this to anything you do, really. Here we go. So if you're a walker and you've gone for a nice walk, or if you cycled, so stand behind you. Why not do these when you get in? Do a little bit of strength as well. Just stretching. So this is a shoulder press, working the shoulder. Okay, so we've worked all the way around the arms. Couple more. Last one. Good. And you can feel all the sides working to push that up. So one thing we like to do, ladies, don't we? These bits. Won't call them our bingo wings, but so how do we work these? So we go into like a calf stretch position. Yeah. So one leg in front. Biggest thing is to try and use the core. Lean forward. So if you can see, I'm in sort of alignment with my back leg, but I'm holding the tummy here. Okay. So again, nice and strong, chest open. We're going to take the elbow back, and then you're going to straighten the arm, bring it back. See how from my shoulder to my elbow doesn't move. So it's just a straighten, back in, straighten, back in. So it looks like this with a dumbbell. And now here, that bit stays still, out, in, out, in. Okay, all right, lovely. Couple more there, and then we spin around to the other side. You look like you've done these before, some of you, so well done. Good, so elbow back, into that calf stretch position, tummy's in, shoulders back, good posture, arm goes out. And the biggest thing, if you're moving your arm, can you see the difference? Okay, I'm really using my shoulder here, but if I keep it still, I'm definitely using my triceps. In fact, on that one, I'm struggling to get it straight, but I can feel it working. Last one. Good. Okay, we'll have a little stretch there. So tuck your bands down. We're going to take the arm across the body, and we're just going to stretch those triceps in the back of the shoulder. Okay, cool. And if you feel this a little bit tomorrow, then this is a good one to do. Just stretch across, bring that arm across. Lovely. And then again, the other one. So you bring the arm across, other one comes up and it just pulls it in. Super. Okay. Grab a drink and meet me down on the floor. So bring your, I'm going to bring my laptop down, as you know. So for a few weeks now, we talked about core vacuuming. So Deb, I'll explain it to you. So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to, when you do any sort of floor exercises and you want to think about your core, you've got to be able to breathe in and out, but still holding your core, okay? So it's learning to sort of connect the brain to the core and get that feeling. So what we've been doing, we've been going into all fours, okay? Basically, it's quite simple. All you do is you really breathe in so that into your rib cage and your tummy and everything holds in. And while you're holding in your tummy and your core, you then breathe out, okay? So you're holding in, normally when you breathe out, you would let everything go. So you're just working against it. So into all fours. And when we breathe, we try and sort of breathe out for at least the count of 4. So a nice good breathe out. So let's pull the tummy in. So we're pulling it against gravity, right into the rib cage, and then you're ready to breathe out. And then breathe normally. It takes a couple of times to get the brain to sort of engage, but it's always worth doing this before we start the floor work, okay? So have a couple of nice breaths. Then we're ready. We're going to pull the tummy in, breathe in, and then hold it in and breathe out for 4. Okay, this is something you could practice, and it is still working your core while you're doing this. So you might be able to breathe in and out. You know, do it for a couple of breaths and still holding the core in. So let's have another go. Breathe in, hold in, and breathe out. And then breathe normally. Okay. So I'll touch base with you after, and you can let me know how you feel about that. But it's all about keeping it in, but still being able to breathe out. Okay. Lovely. We are going to stay in our all fours position, so you can stay where you are. All right. I'm pleased to know. So we're going to go through our Superman move. All right. So I'm just going to put some little background music. It's always quite nice to have a little something playing, something gentle. Nice winter chill. Okay. I'll just take it down a little, have a little breather, rest. Okay. So Superman. Now these are really recommended by sort of physios, chiropractors, all sorts of people. If you've got any back issues, it's a real basic one to do. So I like to revisit these every now and again. So what I'm trying to do is keep my back as flat as possible, as if I've got a tray of drinks of Prosecco on there and I don't want to spill them. So no up and down with back, which is really quite hard, but this is where the core comes in. Okay, trying to stabilise the back. So to begin with, we're going to raise our right arm to about shoulder height and then down. That's all we're doing. We're staying dead still everywhere else. Then on the left, we're just going to raise it about shoulder height and down. Let's go again. So you've got to focus on your back, not moving. All the way from the hips to the shoulders. We want it to be still. and firm. So just alternating arms here. Just lifting. Really engage that core, pull it in. Out again. Another really good one to do in front of the mirror. And watching your back. Alternating. Arm comes up. You'll soon find how flexible you are in your shoulders as well. Doing this. Last one each side. Okay, just sit back onto your heels and just give those wrists a little bit of a turn. Quite often we have trouble with our wrists, ladies, so we're just going to give them a little spin round. Lovely. Now we're going to do the same thing with our legs. I'll show you first. So what's going to happen, we're going to be nice and firm, keeping that back nice and still. Now this is the tricky one, because as you lift the leg, the back wants to arch and move. So we're just taking the leg a little bit off the floor and coming in. Lovely, slow and controlled, taking the leg out, keeping that core nice and engaged. So it's more about really keeping that back nice and still. Have a little watch. There, that's good, Katie, lovely. So the slower you are and the more control you've got over that move, that's brilliant. And again, just keep going, alternating, good. So you don't need to take it too high. Level with the hips is plenty. It's more to do with that security of the back. Lovely, one more on each leg. Super, Superman. Good, okay, wonderful. Sit back up and let those wrists have a rest. So we're good at that. So we're going to progress. We're good to progress. But it's always good to start with a lower level of workup. I like to do that. This gets the body prepared, okay? And if ever you want to stay at a lower level and practice that, then you can do, you see. So, we're coming up, all right? And we are now going to lift our right arm and our left leg. It's a bit challenging because we've only got one arm and one leg still on the floor. Take your time, coming back in, and then we're taking the left and the right leg. Again, they don't need to lift any higher than level with the body. The biggest thing you're thinking about is keeping that back nice and flat. If you can feel that back dipping, then maybe don't lift your legs so high. Taking them out, lovely and controlled, lovely and slow. Good, one more on each side. It's a bit trickier, isn't it? So try and hold the move. The challenge is to hold yourself in that position. So actually do it one more time on each, and I want you to hold for the count of 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And try and stop the wobble. Here we go. And again, so out and hold. 2, 3, 4. And back in again. And then sit back. So I would imagine holding it is a little bit tricky because you start to wobble and you'll bring the arms and legs in, but you need to just hold it just that little bit more. Now, we're going to challenge again. I'm going to show you facing this way. So, whereas we've gone arm out and leg out, and we've stayed central, if you want to, you can stay at this level if you want. If you want to take the arm and the leg out to the side, bring them back in center, come down, you go back up, take them out to the side, come center, and back down. All the time, consciously thinking about keeping your back nice and flat, okay? If you want to stay at the level you were at, then that's perfectly okay. Are you ready? Let's start again. So we're in that all fours, pulling that tummy in, keeping that back, that tray of drinks nice and flat, lifting the arm and leg. Just take the arm out to the side and the leg to the side, a little bit more challenging, and back down. If that's too much, just stay straight. Here we go. Lifting, out to the side, hold if you can. Definitely got more of a wobble, and then down. Let's do that one more time each side. That's all, taking it slowly. Back nice and flat, and down. Last one, ladies, here we go. Up, out to the side, down, and back. And then sit back. You can actually sit right back into child's pose. Let your chest go down, round your back off, open up the knees so your chest can go down and reach forward. Lovely stretch on the back. They were good. They looked really good. And again, a little thing whenever you might have time and you think about doing some exercise, a really simple thing, you could just do that, literally. Start off with the basics, working up. That'd be a good little core exercise for you. And it works the back as well, okay. We're going to actually follow the very similar thing. I thought we'd stay on the same theme. We're going to lay on our tummies. I'm going to talk you through pretty much the same, but we're going to do it in a slightly different position. Some people find this more challenging, okay? So head down. I'm going to keep my head up, obviously, so you can hear me. The head down on the floor. Arms comfortable width apart like a V. Legs comfortable width apart like a V going out. We're going to use our bottom with this one. We can actually squeeze our bottom and we're trying to pull our tummy, or imagine we're pulling our tummy up off the mat. So really stuck, remember the core vacuuming we did a minute ago? Bringing that tummy in, up off the floor, squeeze the bottom, and I want you to just lift your right arm and lower. Then lift your left arm and lower. Really holding the bottom and the tummy in. Again. And last one on the left. Good. Now just relax. So let the bottom go, let the tummy, okay? If you feel that your tummy's pushing against the mat and being pushed out, then that's not what you should feel. You should feel that you're sucking your tummy up away from the mat. Let's do the legs. Here we go. So squeeze the bottom, tummy comes in and up. We're going to lift the right leg just about 2 inches, 3 inches off the floor and down. Lift the left leg and down. One more time each side, lifting up. And then the other side, lifting up. Okay, now coming all the way back up into child's pose, just to let your back have a little stretch and a rest. Reach through. Okay, so slightly different, isn't it? Because you can engage your core and you can engage your glutes. It's a different move, okay? It really is lifting that tummy, the inside core up off the mat. Lovely. So you know what's coming next. We're going to do right arm and left leg. So back into your laying Superman. Okay, head down, forehead on the floor. Let's squeeze the bottom, pull the tummy up. Right arm lift and left arm lift. They don't need to try. Hold and down. Left arm, right leg. Lift, hold and down. Keep that tension at the bottom of the tummy on the right. Up, hold and down. And one more on the left. Up, hold and down. Good. Okay, coming back. Child's pose and rest. We don't want to do too many. You can slowly build. You could do sort of 6 next time and slowly build them up. But we've already done the other Superman as well, so well done for that. Good. Hopefully you found those okay. So we're going to go on to our back now. Have a little rest and being that way round. Right, lovely. Okay. So very last move, and then we do some nice stretches. Time's up. Okay. So what we're doing today is we're going to take one knee is going to drop to the side, and then it's going to come back up. Now, it depends on your flexibility, and I'm not very flexible around my hip. My knee's never going to drop to the floor, okay? If it did, this hip would have to come up, and that's not what we want. Okay, so I'm going to drop my left knee. My right side is going to stay dead still. I'm just dropping that left out, and then bringing it back up again. Okay, trying to keep your hips, across your pelvis nice and still. So we're just dropping that left leg, and then bringing it back up. Trying to resist the other hip from moving. Just dropping and coming back up. So if you lay there thinking about it, I'm going to put my hands across from my hips down to my sort of pubic bone so I can feel if there's any movement. Okay, so holding that nice and firm, holding the core. Lovely. Let's change to the other leg. So now my left leg won't move at all, and my right leg's just going to drop. The first one's always the hardest, I think, because your leg wants to move with it. So just dropping that right knee and up again, seeing if there's any movement in the pelvis. Trying to keep it nice and firm. One last one. Good. Okay. So I'm going to show you the progression. You may just want to stay there. It might be too much. I'm going to take my leg into tabletop, and it's the leg that's in tabletop is going to drop out to the side. And that's a lot more challenging. There's a lot more weight there that wants to drag my body out, and then you're going to bring it back up, okay? If you want to try it, please do. The other option is just come up onto your toes, okay, and then you can drop your leg from your toes rather than having your foot on the floor. So that's an in-between. I'm going to go into tabletop. The thing to check with tabletop is that your knee doesn't come any nearer than this, okay? So if you find your knees over here and you're dropping it near to you, yeah, then that's not really right. You're going to make it easier for yourself. So try and keep your knee, at least your hand, away from you. So it's just going to drop down, keeping that right side still, coming back up, and again, drop down. A real struggle to stop that right hip from coming up. Keep it there. One more time on the left. And then we're going to pop that foot down, lift the other into tabletop, keeping the left leg dead still, hip still, leg goes out. This is working deep down into the pelvic floor muscles, okay, the bikini line area. Taking the leg out, struggling to keep everything else still here. Lovely. And then we're just going to pull both legs in. Just give yourself a little rock. Pulling the legs into your chest, into a ball. Super. Good. Okay. So, have you got your band handy? I should have said that. If you can grab your band, we're going to do some lovely leg circles with our band, okay? Hopefully you haven't chucked it away too far. So, first one, just let's have a nice little hamstring stretch. Leg doesn't have to be straight up, it might be here, it might be a little bit bent, entirely as long as you're just feeling, not burning, not pulling, not too painful, but you're just trying to stretch the back of your leg. All the sitting that we do really shortens these muscles, so if you sit at a desk, you need to stretch. Okay. We just point and flex our toe, that can make a difference too, so just push the toe away, bring it towards you. Hands are great for giving the legs a good stretch here. Nice. And then we're going to start off with little circles. We're going to draw a little circle with our foot. Just a small circle. So getting the hip to move. And then slowly get bigger. Making the circle wider. Taking the leg across the body. Out to the side. Across. And out. Nice big circle now, taking your time. If it's stiff anywhere, just slow down. I tend to slow down as it goes past my face. Going round one last time. Lovely. And then we're going to change to the other leg. First of all, nice hamstring stretch, so up to the ceiling. The other leg nice and straight along the floor, and then you get opening up in the groin too. Point and flex the foot once you're ready. You'll get a little bit of a calf stretch then as well. And it's definitely something to do on a regular basis, and it can increase your flexibility in the back of the leg. Then we start with those little circles. Little circles. Slowly getting bigger. There's a lovely big stretch all the way into the hip, across the body, out to the side, around we go. One more nice big circle. Good. Super. And then bring that band in. Lovely. Okay, we're just going to turn over and do a little bit of a quad stretch. So just laying on your front, just pulling in that heel. Resting your head down. That's it. Chuck the band out of the way, that's it. So you should feel this on the front of your leg. And you need to keep the hips as near to the floor as you can. There's a tendency for this hip to try and come up. Try and keep it down. And I can feel that today. And then changing legs. We're just going to pull the other leg in, stretching that quad. Lovely. Okay, coming up onto all fours. We're doing our cat-cow again that we did standing earlier. So it's really nice. We've used our core quite a lot, so we need to round the back off and then dip the tummy down. That's it, you know this one. Good. Really pull the tummy in and look back towards your legs. And then dip, but don't bring your head up. Try and still stay looking at the mat so that your neck is in line with your back. So we're dipping up, dipping down. Just feel that opening up, that lower back and pelvis even. I can feel when I stick my bottom out, it sort of even opens up around the pelvis, which is great. Not many moves do that. We can do hip flexor. So coming up onto kneeling, take one leg forward. So the main thing to think of here, we can do a deep hip flexor, which is really far forward, etc. like this. What I want to do again is that pelvic tilt. So tilt and then go forward, and you won't be able to go so far, okay? Because you're really engaging that hip flexor by doing that pelvic tilt. You'll feel it all the way down here. And if you'd like, we've got muscles that join all the way up here. So we're going to do a nice big stretch all the way on that side. If you can lean back, you can almost feel that there's a psoas muscle here that joins your hip flexor to your ribs. And when we sit forward all the time, it gets a little bit tight. Lovely. Let's change. I'm going to spin round to the other side. So, first point of call is the pelvic tilt. Okay, tilt that pelvis first, then drop forward. Okay, lovely. Once you get to that point you can feel, then you're ready to just take the arm up and over. Lovely. Good, good, good. Nice stretch there, that's great. So we're going to come up to standing. So I'm just going to move myself back up over here. Okay, cool. So we're going to do one of our rolls up, down, if you see what I mean. So we're just going to do chin to chest, shoulders forward, rolling down. You should feel a lot more stretchy, relaxed, and flexible, whatever the word is. A little pedal, taking the heels off the floor. Let's roll back up slowly. And then when we get to the top, let's do some arm circles. Both arms together, always a bit tricky. Opening. And then just forward. Lovely. I want us to just finish on taking some nice deep breaths. So we're just going to, if you pop your hand on the opposite hip, just stopping the hip from moving. We're just going to open the shoulder, changing arms. And if you just do this to the breath, so it's breathe in, breathe out. You take your time, do it in your own pace. And then opening that chest, we use those arms quite a lot. You just want to stretch them out. One last time each side. We're just going to do a little dip and a big circle with the arms, taking it all the way up to the top. Big reach, back round. Give yourself a clap.